Hi everybody, it's Anna. Today I'm going to do a voice recording instead of a video, but this works just as effectively. The message will still be there. You just can't see my face. I wanted to talk about vibrations and frequencies and what makes up the totality of our vibration, and understanding how to work with this and understanding how to shift your vibration by knowing how your vibration is actually made up. We have different frequencies that surround us in our environment, and this is part of what makes up our vibration. So I'll just go in and talk about that, and then we can move on to other frequencies that make up our vibration. Don't mind my children, they're here with me, so you might hear them in the background. But the vibration or the frequencies that make up our vibration from our surroundings are mainly from the areas that we are always in the most. So depending on where you live, that's a great place to start. So if you look around your neighborhood actually determines the most dominant frequencies that you're in. So if you're living in a remote location, you're not going to have as many frequencies interfering what your vibration is. But if you live in an area where the population is dense, you could be in a city or in the suburbs or just, in a really crowded residential area. If you take a look around you and you learn how to read energy, and you might not even need to learn how to read energy, you can even learn to read the economy around you, or social status around you. There are so many things that go into play. You can break it down very easily. Do you live in a religious area? Do you live in an area where the crime rate is high? These frequencies are what kind of take over your vibration if you're in it all the time. Even in your work area, the workspace that you're in, and where you live, these are the two most dominant places that will dominate your vibration through all the frequencies that make it up. So if you live in a remote area, let's say in a mountain, the frequencies in a mountain area, when there's less population, and say there's more acreage in between neighbors, and say to get to town you would have to drive down the hill, and the town might even be small, very tiny, maybe the most basic things is what it has to offer. The frequencies aren't going to be as heavy or as dense, because there's less people making up the vibration of that area. So you're not affected by as many frequencies around you. This actually allows you to keep your vibration less dense and more clear. And you can probably play with shifting it at more of a smooth transition than you would if you were, let's say, located in a city or in the suburbs in the middle of a residential zone where the population is extremely high and the people are all making up certain vibrations that reflect the area that they're in. So let's say you're in an area where there's a lot of poverty, or there's not a lot of access to wellness, anything that promotes health. Let's say you're not living in an organic, rich area. Let's say the area is full of chemicals, and the food that is offered is chemically sprayed. These are all frequencies, and these are all the frequencies that you're allowing in your experience. And these are the frequencies that actually make up your vibration, because you're living proof of them. You are them. You are living in it. You are allowing it. And that's, let's not mix that up with blame either. We're not going to blame anyone, no matter if you're in a remote location or in a popular location. We're not going to blame anybody. This is just what it is. But this is how you determine what makes up your vibration. Once you make this determination of the most dominant frequencies around you, you can actually start playing with them and start to use them as a tool to shift your vibration to the frequency that you want it to be at. If you want to awaken and become more conscious, you might have to make difficult decisions, even really challenging ones, to remove yourself from these locations. That may mean make a dramatic change, to really move or change jobs, change neighborhoods, change even counties, even states, because states in themselves are frequencies. Counties are too. Everything is. So you might have to make decisions like this to really help you lift up your vibrations. And this is one way to do that. Now, this doesn't cancel out the fact that your emotional and mental state also make up your vibrations. And some of these emotions and your mental state might actually neutralize just from moving locations or changing a job to something that suits you best, resonates with your authenticity more. This can shift that to a degree, but you still have to face other emotions, and your mental state needs to be considered once you do make those changes, because they're not going to disappear. You are still needing to work on the internal factors that make up your vibration. The external factors do affect the internal and vice versa, but they don't determine whether or not one or the other is going to completely heal. You still have to go within to change those frequencies by healing yourself. And there are ways to determine which emotions and what mental state you're in, so that you know what to work with and you know what to heal. And the way you do this is depending on, let's just take one little situation that you're in, or someone that you know, and they trigger you into a state of being, or you have emotions that trigger you, and these triggers start to surface as emotions like anger or fear or sadness or some kind of emotion that is not aligned with your heart center, that is not aligned with equilibrium. These are the situations and the people and the triggers that all are determining your mental state. And these are the things that you want to go by. You want to write these down. You want to examine these things. You want to really be the observer and really be objective when these things start to surface. Start journaling what it is that is triggering your emotions, what people and situations, and then start to go in deeper and find out why, and find out what's going on. How does this reflect me? How is the situation projecting what's going on within me? And this is how you start to shift those frequencies that come from you internally, the internal factors. So I just wanted to kind of roughly talk about external and internal frequencies that make up the totality of your entire vibration, and understanding how you can shift your vibration to one that serves and resonates your heart center. These are the ways that you can help yourself see yourself more in a more objective point of view, and using that as a tool to work on what it is you need healing, and work on shifting that vibration. Okay? If anybody has any questions, go ahead and shoot them at me. I'll be happy to answer them. And thank you all for listening very, very much. I appreciate it.